everybody, welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Ghosts, and today we're going to talk about cursed objects and stuff like that. And the reason that we started talking about this, we were watching Paranormal Caught on Camera, and they were talking about some guy who got a dybbuk box and decided he had to open it, and, well, you can imagine. So, just for a little history, for people who aren't aware of what a dybbuk box is, according to Wikipedia, a dybbuk is, in Jewish mythology, a dybbuk is a malicious possessing spirit believed to be the dislocated soul of a dead person. It supposedly leaves the host body once it has accomplished its goal, and sometimes after being exorcised. So the dybbuk box contains items placed inside it and sealed with wax. Now the whole idea is to keep one of those displaced souls / demon evil thing locked inside. So you seal it with wax or paraffin and it can't get out. What is your take on that? Do you think that they really do hold an evil presence?
Well, I think they do, and they can. I've seen enough of them. Some do and some don't.
How do you get the evil spirit or demon into the box to close it and seal it without it escaping?
Well, okay, there's usually a piece of crystal or something that they trap it in the crystal, and then they say a prayer, and then they wax it, say another prayer to contain it,
and then it's in there.
And then it's in there.
And they can also put in personal items of whatever it is that they're using to entice it into the box.
Right.
Could be a lock of hair, could be bones, could be whatever.
Anything.
Yeah, anything really. So, I guess there is a huge amount of people on eBay selling dybbuk boxes now. And I guess it's a crapshoot. If they're telling you it's real, is it or isn't it? And people are, like this guy that we saw on Paranormal Caught on Camera, he decided to open it up, even though there was a big old warning on it that said don't open it up, because he was curious and didn't believe it.
Yeah.
And what happened?
Well,
all hell broke loose at his place, he said.
Yeah. You've seen it.
Yeah.
You've seen the EMF detector. Soon as he broke the seal, it stopped going off.
Mm-hmm. It escaped as soon as the seal was broken. So that one probably was the real deal.
Yeah.
But
and a shit ton of stuff that happened to him. Not only that I seen that episode, but longer. And even his poor dog
was affected?
Yeah, was affected.
Oh.
His snout all swole up.
Oh.
Yeah. And his eyes, and
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah.
That would be awful.
So, people should not mess with it. If you don't know, don't touch it. It's simple. You know, and people just don't know.
But it's that age of, look at me. It's something to post on social media for likes. Yeah. And to me, that seems to be what drives the idiocy these days. And it isn't just in the paranormal world, it's all over the place. I'm sure our listeners can totally understand that. Yeah. Because there are people out there that will do anything negative just to get someone to hit that like button.
Yeah.
Oh, look at me, oh, poor me,
well,
look at me.
How many guys die every year doing those stupid things on sides of buildings?
Stunts, yeah. Yeah.
I watched one the other day where this guy, he was up on an airplane They jumped off together, tandem, and he wasn't hooked in properly. And
oh, jeez. Splash. Oh, my goodness. That's awful.
Yeah.
That's awful. And then you get all these base jumping people and stuff, and they're I don't know what they're doing, jumping from building to building and on the edges of stuff. They're just dumb.
Doing the parkour stuff.
Just dumb. Look at me.
And there's a guy in Riyadh who did that, and oops.
Yeah, I mean, it's terrible. And I think that's the same thing with these dybbuk boxes and people buying the haunted dolls. Now, there's a lot of haunted dolls on eBay, too.
Oh.
And I was looking at that thinking, why? I mean, you're going to sell a haunted doll? No, I think a lot of those are fake.
Well,
I have a doll. It could be haunted. Does anybody want it? Yeah, I'll sell you my doll. But
no.
No. Tiffany, my daughter, is absolutely convinced that I have this doll that was my grandmother's when she kind of went a little bit loony. It's the one in the box in the closet.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's it is a period doll. She's got, you can tell because of the way their joints and stuff are and whatever. And when my grandmother was getting older and was going a little bit loony, they gave her this doll to have as a baby. So she had a baby to look after. And my daughter is convinced this doll is haunted because she says she's creeped out by it. Not me. I'm not creeped out by it. It doesn't feel haunted to me. But then it was my grandmother's doll, so.
I don't like dolls. I hate those two dolls.
Those are porcelain dolls and they're collectors.
I don't care. They're fucking dolls.
There's nothing wrong with that. One is Princess Diana, for God's sake.
She's dead?
Well, yes, she's dead, but she's not in that doll.
Shirley Temple?
That's not Shirley Temple. That's just a doll with a lollipop.
Oh,
she's not Shirley Temple. This is a porcelain doll. But Diana is not she's not in there. They're not haunted dolls, no.
No.
They're just dolls. They're porcelain dolls, they're not creepy. So yeah, getting back to dybbuk boxes of people. There was that couple of women, do you remember?
Yeah.
Now the story of dybbuk boxes is originally it was a possessed little wine cabinet. And that's the very first one that started the whole craze so long ago. And so everybody's, for that time period was saying it had to be a wine cabinet, a little, wine cabinet box or whatever. But it doesn't. It can be any box. I mean, we've seen cardboard boxes. We've seen shoe boxes. But that one with those two ladies, that was like a picnic basket, remember? Yeah. And that one was I think that one was a real one.
Yeah.
As they struggled to open it.
They opened it.
Oh my God, the stuff that happened almost immediately was the plant got knocked over and there was a whole bunch of stuff immediately. Yeah. So when people say don't open a dybbuk box, don't open it. Keep it on. If you want to have one on display as some kind of macabre piece of memorabilia or something, sure, but put it there. Don't open it.
Read the fucking thing.
I mean, even if you're smart, you seal it behind glass and lock the door. I mean, just extra be sure, But yeah, I don't mess with them. If it's a real, I mean, you don't know what you're getting. You don't know what you're getting on eBay. You're ordering
it from some psycho.
Well, you could be
on eBay or
probably eBay.
Whatever.
People will sell anything on eBay. You can buy anything on eBay. I mean, crazy things, but yeah. So don't open a dybbuk box.
No. Even
if you're curious, don't. I mean, even Zach Bagans will tell you not to do that because he opened that one and he knew that it was trouble after he opened it. Yeah. He'll tell you not to. Oh, so I mean, if he'll tell you not to do it, then I know. But still. So, talking about dolls, that leads us to dolls and clowns.
Well, people have been selling dolls, garage sales, and even Barbies.
It's the same kind of thing, the same idea as a dybbuk box. You don't know what you're getting
Yeah.
with some of these old dolls, old historical pieces.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, a lot of times it's just a doll. But
sometimes it isn't.
Sometimes it
You
isn't.
know, my luck,
yeah, with your luck. But, I mean, I've had dolls and I don't have any trouble. But then I don't go out of my way to buy old historic. I mean, it doesn't even have to be an old doll to be haunted.
no,
It can be a young, like a recent, in the last 10 years, could be a doll that was manufactured yesterday. They can be haunted. Chucky.
But like I said, even Barbie's weird me out. Like I'm an equal opportunist eater of dolls and clowns.
Clowns. Now, clowns freak out a lot of people, and I'm not one of them. They don't freak me out. I don't always.
They don't freak me out. I just don't like them.
Tiffany gets totally freaked out over dolls or clowns. The only clown that ever really kind of creeped me out was the clown in It. And it wasn't the remake of It, when they had that two-parter thing that they had. It was the original Tim Curry It.
Yeah.
He's just creeped me out so bad. He's such an amazing actor. Yeah, such an amazing actor. But that's the only clown that ever really bothered me. Did you see, I remember seeing the episode of Ghost Adventures. They were in the desert somewhere.
Yeah,
they went to that clown motel.
Yeah.
And the clown, there was that great big clown, and his hand moved.
Yeah.
And Zach got totally freaked out. I laughed my ass off, but that would freak me out too. Not because it was a clown, but because his hand moved.
It's a doll.
Hmm.
And it was a big doll.
It was big, yeah.
Life size.
It was a life-size doll that was dressed up as a clown. Yeah. Witches. What do you think about witches? Come on. You're laughing already. They've been around for hundreds of years. All kinds of iterations of good witches, bad witches.
I don't think there's such a thing as a bad witch. I think anything, like, if you're a bad person, you're a bad person. If you're a bad witch, you're a bad witch.
Yeah.
And that's what I think about witches.
Well, I think if people are drawn to the dark arts, then they're going to practice dark witchcraft.
Yeah.
And if they're...
but dark witchcraft is not bad. It's the people who...
That's what I mean. They're going to practice the darker parts of it. Whereas, I mean, the actual witchcraft it's an earth religion. It's water. I watched The Craft. I know about this. But I mean, it is. It's an earth religion.
Yeah.
And it's taken on a life of its own because people don't understand it. And people fear what they don't understand.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Which is what happened in Salem. People feared it. So they decided to do what humans always do. We don't like something, we're going to kill it. So that's what they did. But yeah, witches can be an interesting thing.
Yeah. It's just like demons. Good and bad.
Well, there's no good demon, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, but I don't know what my point was going to be there.
Got a little sidetracked there.
Well, no, because, like, the guy on the bus with me wasn't bad, but he wasn't good.
But you don't know, because that was the extent of your interaction with him. You don't know.
I know what I felt.
Yeah. You were creeped out.
Well, I was creeped out because he took my crucifix that no one knew I wore, and he scooped it up and showed me my own crucifix.
Yeah. Well,
That's creepy. but I didn't feel threatened.
Well, you were on a bus with lots of people around. That's true. I know with my demon experience, and I never even saw him up close, I was terrified. You know? I just remember being absolutely terrified. So, I think it's all in what the experience is, but I don't believe there's any good demons. They're a demon for a reason, you know.
There's no good demon, but there's,
Well, there are degrees.
Yeah.
There are degrees of, there's those lower level demons, and then there's Satan. And there's a whole gap in between. The lower level ones, we've called them imps and brownies and fairies and all kinds of names. Those are all demons. You know? It doesn't mean that they're, well, actually, given enough time, they can cause a lot of damage. But, they're not as bad as, say, Lucifer.
And who says that Lucifer is totally bad?
No, who says he's totally not bad? He's devil for a reason. But anyway. Yeah. Woo! Little segue there. So also, while we were watching TV and looking at some of this stuff, we wandered over to YouTube, which we often do. And the first thing that popped up for us was this program called Most Scary and Disturbing Real Ghost Videos Caught on Camera. And it was by a group called Scary Composition. Mm-hmm. Oh, it was a whole bunch of crap. Everything they said that was supposed to be real ghosts wasn't. The first thing was the guy that was living in the haunted house. It was clearly all staged.
Oh, yeah.
The doors opening and everything, and oh my God. Staged. You could tell.
Yeah.
You could tell. And then there was, they showed that we've seen this video so many times of this girl with this thing under her covers. It's like an air bubble that moves around.
Yeah. And there's a guy who does that too.
Yeah, there's a guy too. And, who knows what it is? It's interesting. I don't know. The one with the guy, he figures it's a pet that had passed away.
Yeah.
And maybe it's the same for her. Maybe she had a pet that passed away. It is weird. I don't think you can fake that. I don't know how you would fake that. She clearly showed all the, under the sheets and the covers and everything, and I don't know. I've never seen that before, but apparently it's a thing because there's two people that's happened to. And then they showed quite some time this dark ghost paranormal, this guy that goes to this place. We initially thought it was his house, but it is not. And he does
Russian
this.
guy.
Yeah, the Russian dude. And he does some ghost investigation. And honest to God, he's by himself, so there's one guy, and he's wearing a mask, like a cloth mask. We're so used to seeing those through the COVID times. But, clearly it was to mask his identity. Yeah. Because he's lying through his freaking teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Everything. He's got all his cameras set up and everything. But you could tell just how things were moving. It was set up and staged. I don't believe that place was... I think that's probably
We've been on so many ghost hunts and, gone to many places.
I know. You're lucky to see one thing happen.
Yeah. And, I would be just in awe that...
If all that stuff happened, oh my God, that would be amazing. But it was the little things that, and it started off just this moved and that moved and this moved. And then it was the refrigerator opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing.
And the doors.
And then the doors. And really...
different ends of the house all at once.
Yeah, no.
That's,
I've never seen anything like that happen like that.
No.
And that brings us to, we watched a Project Fear tonight. I think it was the Sally House that we were watching. We got a little bit behind. We haven't watched a lot of them. And to me, that one was over the top.
Over the top, too.
There was so much activity.
But, it's one thing to be getting voices and
EVPs and stuff.
But it's not like the ghost has to, throw something down the stairs.
Yeah. Yeah, it just seemed over the top.
Yeah.
Way over the top. And their reactions.
Yeah.
The screaming and it's like, holy God, folks.
How many years have you been
They've been doing this now. Now, I understand it's Project Fear. They're supposed to be afraid. Yeah. But they've been doing this for a few years now. They shouldn't be freaking out because the TV turns on.
Yeah.
Like, really? It's just too much. I used to really enjoy it. I'm not enjoying it as much because it's...
The antics.
The antics are too much.
Yeah.
I think when they were on the network, that stuff was controlled. And now they don't have the network. Yeah. They're actually being quite ludicrous. Yeah. They're acting like teenagers. And these are grown adults. I mean, she's an optometrist, for God's sakes. That's an educated woman. But let's stop acting like children. I just find it really...
Yeah, it takes away from the credibility of the show.
Yeah.
When you act like a fucking monkey.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm starting to question the authenticity of what they're actually capturing, too. When so much is going on, is it real? Especially since we saw that, was it Mythos or Beardo? Mythos, I think. That showed Chelsea with all that cold air coming out of her mouth. Yeah, and how obviously it was edited and fixed to make it look better. So, yeah, I start questioning now. I was like, really, how much of that is real? And I'm looking closely. Like, the little colored, the light-up ball, the cat ball that went down the stairs, we didn't see it get pushed.
No.
But was somebody there? Did somebody push it down the stairs? It's hard to know. If they had a camera on it.
We already know there's a cameraman.
Yeah.
Who follows him around.
Obviously, he could have been the one that pushed it. There wasn't a camera on it, and there should have been. And then we would have seen it just go on its own.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting. Now, we did see a show, I think it was A Kindred Spirits years ago. And it was stairs in, I don't know, an antebellum place somewhere in the south.
No, it was Zach Bagans.
Was it Ghost Adventures? And they actually had the camera going up the stairs to see the ball. Yeah. And then you saw it. There was nobody there. Down it went. Yeah. That's what they needed to do.
Nick Groff was still with him.
Okay.
He set up the camera, and he turned around, and the ball just went right behind him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of thing you want.
But that was back in the beginning when they didn't
fake stuff.
Fake stuff every time they went out.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was a good one. But we watched, as part of that compilation, we also saw it looked like a Filipino family celebrating a birthday.
Yeah.
And she went to blow out her candles on her cake. It was a grown lady, and something blew out the candles.
Yeah.
It was obvious she was surprised because she turned around thinking somebody was behind her.
Yeah.
There's nobody there. Wasn't the kid beside her blowing out the candles? Yeah. Who blew out the candles? That's interesting.
That was real, I think.
That one could have been real, or they could have been staged like fake candles, but I mean,
how a ghost can produce air with no lungs.
That's the curious part, eh?
Yeah.
The last one from that compilation was called Night Out in Texas. And it was this guy coming home from being out probably 2-3 in the morning, and he stops at train tracks because there's a train going by. And then you see on the other side of the train a shadow, it looks like, of somebody kind of leaning or standing by. And do you remember that one?
Yeah, where the train went by and there was no driver.
No, not that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not the one, though, that I'm talking about. He's parked there, train's going by, and through the little thing, you can see the person standing there.
Yeah.
And just the way they're standing, to me, it looked like a real person. They're trying to say it's a ghost.
Yeah.
But you can clearly see the headlights of the vehicle the person's leaning against.
Yeah.
And just the way they move,
Yeah.
you know, the kind of the kick of the leg and stuff.
Yeah.
That is a real person.
You gotta take a whiz.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. I mean, stopped at the train station. I gotta wait. You know, might as well do something. So to me, that one was not a real ghost, you know, video. And so these YouTubers will find anything to put up because they need content.
Yeah.
You know, and I think a lot of it is crap. One that we did watch today that I mostly enjoyed was Slapped Ham.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I like that stuff, his stuff, because
he
explains what he's seeing and tries to find plausible explanations. And I like that.
Yeah.
At least don't take it as gospel.
Yeah.
Because most of the time it's just crap. There's so much, you know, people throw up anything on the internet. Instagram, you know, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, wherever, Facebook, just to get the likes. And half of the time, it's crap. Anyway, that was our today. So, we did mean to just talk about the cursed objects, but that just kind of morphed, didn't it? As things do when we have conversations that aren't totally scripted. We never script anything anyway.
Try.
Nah, we never script. We take notes, but we never really script. Anyway, folks, that's it for today. Hope you have another great day, evening, night, wherever you are in this great big wide world.
Happy hunting.
Happy haunting. Bye now.